Welcome, I can't see. Welcome to the Bob and Sam Show. We are live from Thunder Beach.
Down here at
Breakdown Park.
Breakdown Park. That's
And
where we
we're over
are.
here at Amsoil Adams, where we're in this special tent here. What do they
It's
call this
lounge.
thing?
It's
Let's
lounge.
roll. It's a lift thing. So we're here. You can talk while see if I get all my other things up so we can see what we got.
So he's going to see if we can maybe walk around, show you a little bit what's going on. Got a free air show going on here right now too, so we can all do that.
We're going down.
And I'm too loud. So we're going to see what we can see and maybe show you a little bit of the air show and talk to you about all the stuff that's going on. It's been a great rally. A little humid, but really not much rain. A sprinkle here and there. There's Clint. Hey, Clint. And SJS has been on, so I said hi to her. Told her we're heading her way. Starting tomorrow morning, we're going to go up toward Myrtle Beach. We'll be up there on Monday and there throughout the rally. So Clint's on, and we're here with Amsoil Adam. I know he watches Amsoil Adam too. So good to see you all on. Hope it's nice where you guys are all at and sunny and warm. Maybe not as humid as it is here, but like I said, there's an air show going on and it's a little humid, but other than that, it's been a great rally. We've seen a lot of you guys out here. Done some riding. We've been hanging out a little bit with Des from Wind Road Therapy. So you guys can check her out. She's got a YouTube channel. So where are you guys all at today and how are you doing? So it's 21 people are on right now. That's cool to see all of you guys here. It's sunny. The skies are blue. Can't complain. Got a little bit of a breeze blowing. We're sitting in the shade, so all is well. Did you figure out what you were going to do?
No, I got it on Facebook. I put it on the other Facebook, which may not be our regular Bob and Tam. We may not be able to see your comments because we got to figure out how we're going to do all that. They've changed things around.
I don't know if it's Facebook that says you can't do that no more, or if it's StreamYard that doesn't want. But I would think more it's Facebook because StreamYard does like all social media platforms. So I'm assuming it's Facebook thinking you're not using Facebook. You're kind of going through this third party thing. And so they're trying to put a nix on all of our subscribers that watch us through Facebook saying you can watch it, but you can't comment. So I don't know if you can really see the comments that pop up. I would think you would because that's the whole video. But other than that, I don't know. What's that?
Some metal was on my magnet.
Different issues with his magnet. He's getting his camera set up so he could walk around and show you what's going on and where everybody's at. And they're open all day here today and tomorrow. Most of them will be open till about noon. Everybody packs up and most everybody heads over to Myrtle. Few people won't because down in Myrtle now, Barefoot Landing is not going to be open. They were trying to get a different venue. It didn't work out. I think they tried just a little too late. Couldn't get the permits, things like that. So, you know what that says? Where's what? White MC. There you go. How are you doing? Look for you all. Looks like you're all having a blast. Yep, we're having a good time down here. Sorry, I hate to cough when I got a mic on because I feel like I'm coughing in your ear. But still got a little bit of that lingering on, a little bit of a cough. He's all back to normal, I guess, but I still got a cough.
Let's camera back a little bit more. Let's turn it this way. Let's turn that little guy this way. This one is this one. Here we go. The legs will be back a little farther. All right. Got a truck behind us. Guy's got a lift that goes in the back of your truck. Pull your bike up on. Pulls it up in there. Don't know what he's selling them for. Didn't look at it yet.
No, looks kind of cool though.
So
if you bring your bike in the back of your pickup truck.
Yeah, but you gotta leave the tailgate down, so it really wouldn't work much for us. More or less, if you're just pulling, you just got a truck. If you had a bike break down, it'd be great for that. If you don't need a motorcycle to drive it up on it.
There you go.
Kind of neat. So, where's everybody at? What's going on in your neighborhood? We've got an air show going on, so you may hear some really loud jets soon. You won't be able to hear us talk, or maybe it'll even distort so much that I almost lost an eardrum yesterday when one flew over.
I didn't know we were all sitting in traffic, just sitting there waiting to get to the next stop because there's a lot of traffic down here in Panama City, don't forget. And so we're sitting there and I just hear this. horrible noise. And I thought, oh my gosh, there's a semi coming full blast, slamming on his brakes, and we're all just going to get crunched into nothing. And it was a plane flying overhead. But
I
man,
could see the flames coming out of the engine. It was so low. So yeah, it was a little too close for comfort. I'd say it's probably about 500 feet up. It wasn't very high. I've flown a drone, I think, about that same height. So yeah, just crazy, crazy, crazy. Did you use your phone?
What?
Answer the comments.
Oh, I don't know. I can't hit it. I got to hit it to put it on there. White MC says if I put my earplugs for Bob and Tam, yeah. We've got some in the bike probably. We've always had some, but I don't know. It's not that loud all the time. It's just every once in a while one goes over. We went to eat breakfast and we were sitting outside and one came really low right over the top of us and it was loud. That gave everybody their heart attack. All the people that were waiting to get into the restaurant, it was crazy. So anyway, lots of stuff going on. That guy can't back up his bike. He's stuck. There he goes. Pretty flat surface, but that's why you got to turn around. They gave, I quit riding my bike. It was just too big for me. That must be one of the road glides. He's a skinny little guy, so he probably doesn't have enough meat on his bones to give him enough momentum to pull him back. And his buddy that's right there next to him, he's got a all decked out bike. Here you can see him. He's got tons of speakers.
Doing
He's going to turn it on, so now you're going to be able to hear
So I'll have
it.
to talk a little bit to overcome. He's nothing compared to some of these guys here that got the
He
music
probably
cranked
just
up.
turned it on. He doesn't have a
So
crank.
he's backing up. I don't know if he's going anywhere, if he's just showing off his radio. Don't know really what he's up to. But you kind of see him there.
Got 4
See what he's
big
got
speakers.
going
2
on.
on the side. Oh, he must have one in the back
Yeah.
too. 2 on the top. Lots of speakers.
Yeah, too many.
Shaggy.
Too many. So we gotta keep talking.
Wasn't
That
me.
truck
It
blocked to
wasn't
the
me.
noise. What that truck's doing in here? Motorcycles only. We had a golf cart today.
Look at this guy over here dancing.
I don't
We
see
quit.
it.
In the green shirt. He was like
He was
moving
strutting
his
his
shoulders.
stuff.
He was moving his shoulders.
Turning it off now, finally. There you go. All quiet. So right across from us is
Fair and Exchange.
Yep, Fair and Exchange is over there.
Right
Next to him is All About Customs, Joey. So they're two there together. Adam's on this side, and I'll walk around here in a little bit and show you kind of what's going on. So that's it. That's it. All excitement going on. I don't know if I can make. Let me see if I can make the screen bigger. You see the pictures a little bigger.
20 people on. I got one
Let's see
thumbs
what's
up.
going
So
on.
if you're
Let's
on,
go here,
oh yeah,
the
if you have to
layout.
leave us, give us a thumbs up. So YouTube
Let's hit that one.
says, there you go.
Done. There you go. That's a little bigger. You can kind of see what's going on.
Now you can't see us. You can see half of you and half of me.
I'm gonna go walk around probably anyway, so turn it more your way. They can
There
hear
we
you
go.
talking.
Like they want to hear me talk.
That's right. They do.
So we've been having a good time down here. Like I said, the weather's been great. A little humid for us. Some people are saying this isn't bad at all, that they get, sometimes Panama City is very humid, but it's kind of sticky. I'm very glad we have some electricity so we can have some AC going in the trailer because it is pretty warm. So other than that, he's going to go walk around and show you. There's our bike right there. And that's the front of Amsoil Adams' tent. And he's walking around their way. Gary Beerbacher's on. He says, hey guys, how are you? That sounds like a, yeah, I don't think that's part of the air show. Looks like a little propeller plane. I don't think that's part of it. I can't really see everything he's going. So that's the rest of Amsoil Adams' booth there, I guess. There's Joey's tent over there, All About Customs. On the other side, he's kind of across from Amsoil Adam. Mike's on. How you doing? How's the crowd? More bikes for people for the, I don't know, air show. Yesterday it was crowded, and we rode around a little bit. It was kind of hot. So anyway, we made it to where our destination was. Got to see a little bit of the air show. It was funny because every time we decided to stop because there was a whole bunch of planes going over and we'd stop, we thought we'd film a little bit. They stopped. And we'd sit there and we'd like, all right, let's go. So then we get on the bike and go, and then they'd start again. So we just weren't hitting it right when we were trying to get some footage of the air show. But we did get some planes, so it's kind of hard to see in the video because they're so far away. They're so tiny, and I don't know how much you can blow that up. But yeah, there is a lot of people down here. I think a lot of people are enjoying that there's an air show going on while they're here. They're kind of getting two bangs for their buck while they're here. This has always been a touristy area, so I don't know how many people are here just for the air show or how many people are down here just to enjoy Panama City Beach. Because the beach here is very nice, very pretty. They've got that emerald colored water out there, the white beaches, so very nice. A lot of people come down here. It's more of a vacation destination. Somebody was telling us the other day that the schools, I think it was the Catholic schools, all finished May 3rd. So a lot of families might have came down to celebrate graduations or end of school year. So they might come down for the air show, just to do a last hurrah or a first hurrah before everything goes crazy. So I think that is, I don't know, he's got way over there. Maybe, I don't know. If that's Wide Open Customs he's over at. If he turns around and Mexi Philly's over there, then that's where he is. Yeah, he was at Wide Open Customs, and then there's Mexi Philly there, Maria's Bandanas. Maria's here. She's doing great. She looks good. So they're having a good time. I don't believe they're going to be in Myrtle Beach this year. And I think they're trying to do things a little bit closer to home. They're trying to stay in the Texas area. Probably easier for her. She seems like she's made a full recovery, but she may not be 100% strength-wise yet, and probably wants to stay closer to home, which I don't blame her. I kind of want to do the same thing. Mark's on. He says, hello from Tennessee. See you at Myrtle Beach. All right, Mark. Excuse me, Mark. We'll be down there. We're heading out tomorrow morning, so we'll be down there sometime Monday. So Tuesday we should be in full swing down at Myrtle Beach and be able to see all of you guys, see what's going on, and talk to you all, meet up with you. We've met a lot of people here this year. Down here at Panama City, you can hear maybe the planes going over. It's funny because they've got the sound barrier, whatever, and so you hear them and you look and they're done already gone by. So you kind of really got to be watching out for them. But yesterday was kind of cool. There was 4 of them that, I don't know if they're the Blue Angels, the Thunderbirds, I don't know who they are, but they kind of all flew up and then they separated and then they came and crossed across the bottom and made a heart up in the sky. So that was kind of cool. So I did get to see that. I think I filmed that. So that should be coming up on a video somewhere down the line. But it's kind of neat to sit here and watch. Like I said, sitting here in the shade, a little bit of a breeze. It's very comfortable. It's not unbearable. Out in the sun, it's not horrible because there's a breeze going, a pretty good breeze. You can see by some of the flags that he's walking around, you can see that the flags are all flying. So there's a good breeze. So it's warm out in the sun, but with that breeze, it makes it bearable. So that's what's going on here. So how are you guys all doing, and where are you at? I'm hopefully you guys are getting some nice weather. I know in the Midwest they've been having lots of storms and tornadoes and all kinds of craziness there. And hopefully that'll all be over and done with by the time we get to our daughter's house in Kansas in about 2 weeks. She wrote me this morning and said 19 more days. So I guess it'll be a little over 2 weeks and we'll be out there. So Mike, what have you been up to? That maneuver is called a starburst. Okay, didn't know that. Where they make a heart, that's kind of cool. And they've been doing all kinds of neat things. If you're here at the Frank Brown Park, you can kind of see them. Pretty much anywhere here in the area, you can see the planes going by. We were down the road over by the Harley dealer and the Indian dealer yesterday when they were practicing. Was that yesterday? Yes. And could see them going. They're flying all over the place. So it's just kind of cool. If you've never been to an air show, it's always fun. We used to go to the ones that were actually out at the airport, so you can kind of see the planes that are on the ground when they're not up in the air. But Mexi Philly Eli was telling us that he was in the Air Force, and he said for them to do their maneuvers and stuff while they're up in the air and they come back down and they refuel, it's like $2,500 or $25,000 to refuel those planes every time they come back down to refuel to go up and do all their maneuvers, which is crazy money. I don't know. There's Dave's Crazy Trailers. Long time no see. I know. Are you back from your cruise? He went on a cruise, so I don't think he was going to be able to come to Panama City. I don't know if he's going to go to Myrtle Beach, but he was on a cruise, and that looked like a lot of fun. I think he went with his family, so they had a good time there. Over here. Bob's going to see if he can get it. He must be too small. I could definitely hear it, but I didn't see it. He was probably trying to get it on the video, but probably couldn't see it. Unless you've got a big screen TV, I couldn't see it on the phone here. Been enjoying your videos for a while here. Hello, I don't know. I have put my glasses, I can't see. Been enjoying your videos for a while here. Hello from the Let's Roll Lounge. Are you sitting here? There he is. How you doing? He's sitting right over there. Wave. So he's right here in the tent with us. There's a few people here. Mike says, I've been in El Paso and the AC is acting wonky. Ooh, that's not good, especially when it's hot. And I'm sure it's getting hot back there in Arizona and New Mexico. So it's no good when the AC is not working. Where's he at now? I'm trying to look and see. Twisted Tea. He's at that booth right now. Checking that out, seeing if you can probably see any of the girls. There was a couple over there the other day. They moved they used to be on all four corners, all the Twisted Tea little beer venues. And so when I was walking around, I was looking for them on the corners, expecting it. And it's like I get over there and it's like, I don't know, they must not have any of those booths up. Well, then Bob's like, did you get any of the girls? I said, no, they're not up. And he's like, they're right there. So they're in the middle now. Instead of having them on all four corners, I guess there's two in the middle of each aisle that there are. So there's Rod King. How are you doing? Hi to Bob and Tim. How you doing? Ooh, that girl almost looked like she ran into Bob. So we're sitting here at Amsoil Adams booth. So if you're out walking around, or you're going to come down to Frank Brown Park, we're kind of down here right now, and you can come down and check us out over here at Amsoil Adams. There's a guy over there walking around with his 360 camera. How about that?
We got Tam over here in the house.
Oh, there they are. How you guys doing?
Good.
Here
you are without Bob again.
I know.
Where's Bob,
He's out
man?
there walking around on the day. We're doing a
around.
live. So the horny Harley Honkers.
Right.
I'll get that right one of these days. So they're here, and they're out walking around. There they are.
Are we live? We are live.
We're live. Yeah, we're doing a live down here.
All right.
So you can go check them out. They have a YouTube channel. They go around to some of the rallies also. And you can go check them out. There you go. Don't forget to like and subscribe, she
All
said.
right, Tam, we'll be looking for Bob.
All righty. He's out there somewhere. Let me turn this a little bit more that way. There we go. So that was the people who was walking around with their 360 camera. I didn't recognize them until they came around the corner here. He was walking around. It doesn't look as crowded as it is where he's walking. We came down that first aisle. We were talking to some people, and man, we could hardly get through. It was elbow to elbow people. So it just depends on where you're at. And like I said, I think the bands will be starting soon. So a lot of people go over there underneath that main tent, and they'll sit down over there and listen to the music, which is funny. They always had that whole area covered. So where the bar was and where you could sit and eat or drink and watch the band. And then they had the band covered. Well, they don't have a tent over the band. And I kind of felt sorry for those people that was up there singing and carrying on, because they did not have any shade. But I don't remember what the girl's name was that was up there, but she was singing a lot of like Janis Joplin songs, me and Bobby McGee, and they were really good. And Big Engine is here every night from 3 to 5, and at 5 o'clock the party's over. I mean, I think some of the vendors are still open, but the No bands after 5. Yeah, Big Engine's the last one, 3 to 5, and then that's it. They didn't have any big name concerts this year. So all that whole big area, if you were here before, where all the big concerts and stuff was at, that is just open parking like it used to be a couple years ago. I think he's showing you some of the parking area out there, and that's where the big concerts were a couple years ago. So Neil's on. He says, good morning from Alaska. And my front yard is what? I don't know why I can see part and I can't see the rest. That drives me crazy. My front yard is bare. Snow is all gone. Well, there you go. That's nice to hear. Bike blessing in Anchorage today. Need to get going soon. All right. Neil, safe travels over there to Anchorage and getting your bike blessed. And we'll see you later if you have to get going. He's always a busy guy. Up there in Alaska, you'd think there would be nothing to do, but he always finds something to do. He's busy helping all kinds of stuff. So it looks like Bob's breaking down there a little bit. Where's he at now? It's over on the other side where he was showing you from where the, that's the JP Cycle Tent. On the other side of them is where Indian and Carly is for their demo rides. You can go over there. I would say last year they had a couple other bikes. I think Yamaha was out there and maybe Royal Enfield. I don't know. It seems like there was more than just the two of them. So I don't know. There's Mike. How you doing, Mike? I had to put on my glasses because I can't see that far. Good afternoon. Your weather looks great there. It's 50 here and cloudy in Minnesota. A little too cold for me. I like this. I like the warm weather. I don't like the humidity, but I like the warm temperatures. So it all just goes with the territory, I guess, depending on your location. That's one of the reasons we moved away from the St. Louis area, because it was always so hot and humid there. And it's on. And wishing I was there. I'll be there in the fall. All right, Kenneth, that sounds great. And you'll enjoy it. It'll be a little bit cooler. You gonna sit and join me?
Yeah, for a couple of minutes.
All righty. So Katie's gonna join me. How about that?
Hey guys, how are you?
Mike's on. I think the lack of the big bands has hindered the attendance. I don't think so.
Not really. It's pretty packed here.
They got rid of the big concerts and added an air show.
Yeah, that. And more asphalt for parking.
Yeah. Well, do you know why that is? Because Garth Brooks is going to be here in 2 weeks. So they're sprucing the park all up for Garth Brooks. Jamie O's on. Good afternoon, Tam. Smash the thumbs up for Bob and Tam. Thank you, Jamie. Jamie O says, hi, Katie.
Hi, Jamie.
So she's been over there busy working and making sales and making money.
Working on it. Got to get the kitchen redone soon.
And there you go. How are the oil changes and the love jugs moving today?
Lots of interest in love jugs today.
Because it's hot.
It's very hot. And there's a lot of people here. So I think we've done like 3 or 4 already today.
Oh, that's cool.
As far as love jugs go. Good handful or 2 or 3
there you go.
Of oil changes. So the bike's out there running. This is year 8 that it's been running. September will be 8 years.
Wow.
And Adam still drives it every day and gets groceries for me in there.
There you go. Yeah.
So
can't go wrong.
Just keeps running.
Yeah. Can you imagine only how many miles is on that bike if it would have been ridden?
I don't know. There's like, I think 4,500 or 4,700 hours on there. So, and it just keeps going.
Jamie says, excellent. Good job. So we're sitting in their little lounge they have here for their customers while their bikes are getting work on.
Called the Let's Roll Lounge.
Yep. So,
brought to you by Let's Roll.
So that's kind of cool. And they let us, we were trying to decide where we were going to have our live this morning. He wanted to do one. We were going to do it later. And then, I don't know, he came back and said, we're doing it at noon. So
yeah,
we're doing it at noon.
Yeah.
So he's walking around showing you all the other vendors. I'm not quite, he's at Chromeworks right now, it looks like.
But there's a lot of foot traffic. There's a lot of motorcycles here. The air show's taking a break, thank goodness, because it gets very loud when they're coming through. Just kind of have to yell at people to hear.
I know.
But
some of them are, and it scares you to death.
Oh, yeah, it does. It goes right through your head. But For the most part, it looks like most of the vendors are pretty busy, which is great.
That's what we like to see.
Yep, because we don't come here to just hang out. We come here to work,
They didn't come here just to talk to me.
not just to talk. I don't mind because it's definitely breezier over here than under the tent. Very warm.
Heat
under
sells
there.
the jugs. That's right.
Huh?
Heat sells the jugs, Mike says.
Heat sells all jugs.
Oh,
Not drugs, jugs.
Freudian slip.
Freudian slip.
We're trying to get off the drugs. That's what we're trying to do.
I don't know. There's a drug that makes you feel cooler.
Is there?
I don't know.
There's a tea that you can drink that will reduce your cravings for sugar. And that's what I need to get.
I want one that's air conditioned. Do they make an air conditioned tea?
I don't think so. Here.
I'm fine with that. No, internally. Like
Oh,
I need an Amsoil tea that will keep
There
me
you
14
go.
to 28 degrees cooler on the inside.
try that.
That'd be awesome.
We'll have to. I bet you we'd make a lot of money.
We would make a lot of money. Think of all the women who have hot flashes.
This
Suggestive selling.
there you go.
Yeah, give me that. There you go, guys.
There you go. That's what you need.
Amsoil.
That keeps your bike cooler. So
Keep
Katie
your
and I
bike cooler.
we're gonna make something that's gonna keep us cooler on
That's
the
right.
inside.
That's right. There we go.
Uh,
everybody.
what does Gary have to say? The bearded biker.
The bearded biker.
How did the road closures affect things? Did it make traffic more crazy? Yes.
It is making it more crazy because they're directing people around the backside of Frank Brown to get down to like the Indian dealer and to get out to like Front Beach and stuff. They have the main road kind of blocked off because of the air show.
And I've heard a few people say that they're not even stopping at the dealership because it's just so crazy. The road's torn up. And
It's really dangerous in front of the Harley dealer right now because
but they're making you go out the back way, which is
curving
good. Yeah. So yeah, I think the road construction has hampered a little bit
sure.
and made the traffic worse than it already is because Panama City already has bad traffic
They
just
do.
because it's a destination to go. Their
Yes.
speeds are down there at speeds now. Moto's on says, have a blast, love you guys, just as you are. Aw, thanks,
Thank
Powerful
you.
Moto. Peter Olson says, hey guys, Gary, tell us about Myrtle Beach and what you know. Myrtle Beach is next rally. That's what's coming
It is.
up. It won't be next weekend. It's the weekend after, or is it next weekend?
It's next weekend,
Okay.
which
Next
is
week.
Mother's Day weekend. Don't forget your mothers.
Yep.
And if you have wives, don't forget to give them some motherly love if they have spared your children.
Yep.
They do appreciate it. Trust me.
So yeah, that'll be next weekend, and that goes for 10 days too. It's a 10-day
Yes,
rally,
it's a 10-day rally.
depending on where you're at.
Yes.
Sometimes, like where the dealership is, that starts on the following Monday.
Yes, because they are in
Horry County
Horry
and
County.
Myrtle Beach.
Well, no,
So-
yeah, Horry County, yeah, not
Yeah.
Georgetown.
Yeah.
We're in
Georgetown.
Georgetown,
Yeah,
so we start earlier.
start that Friday, so that's cool.
Yeah,
That's one rally we usually get to go to dinner with before it starts.
yeah,
We didn't get to go here yet, which I'm surprised. We usually get to go here too.
yeah. This is
I
true.
don't know. They had a wreck at that construction and the biker died.
Oh,
And I hate to hear that. I've seen a lot of emergency vehicles out on the road. Not all of them had their sirens and lights going. I think they're just trying to be available
Yep.
in case something does happen. So we were down there yesterday. There was, when we were coming home from Hammerhead Fred's last night, where we turned from St. Thomas, kind of cut back through where Pineapple Willie's is to get back to Front Beach, something happened in that little jig. There was ambulance and police cars, all kinds of things happening. So I don't know.
definitely heard more from first responders at this show for spring than we've ever had.
Yeah. So
And we actually had somebody in here yesterday. The ambulance came in and took somebody out yesterday.
probably a heat stroke.
I don't, it was a lot warmer yesterday, but they literally, they pulled in and then we had two more first responders pull in and then they came out and they took them out. I have no idea what happened, but I don't like seeing them. I want
I don't
people
either.
riding because they're happier when they're riding.
Yeah.
They get their wind
But
therapy.
just be safe out there and cautious. That's why we tried to tell you guys of all the road closures and all the different stuff going on, that it was probably going to be a little bit crazier traffic wise this weekend than normal.
And take your time, because I mean, I know that the bikes get hot and you just want to get where you want to get and it's hot, but that's when accidents can happen, and then you get stuck in traffic and it's like,
I
you
saw
know.
a couple people. It was 2 lanes. We were going 2 lanes. They were coming 2 lanes, and then there was on the 2 lanes on the opposite side, there was a left-hand turn lane. Well, the bikes went around us and down that left-hand turn lane to oncoming traffic. So, I mean, there was a dozen of them or more. I don't know if they were all together or one went and a bunch of more decided to follow them. But yeah, not a wise move. Yes, I know. I hate to hear that. You know, I love coming to rallies, but I like it when we can announce that there was a rally and there was no fatalities. And
Yeah, it's like
No.
for us, it's like, because we hear, you know, first responders, you know, we know that
Yeah.
they're going to get a biker. It's like, please don't let there be any fatalities. Please no fatalities. Please no fatalities.
the Facebook Thunder page is full of crybabies complaining about that are barely any vendors. There's not a whole lot of vendors at the Harley dealership. Most of the big vendors are here at Frank Brown Park.
Yes.
There's 2 locations now where Lucky 13 used to be at, is now called the Bike Rack.
Yep.
And then there's one down by Sharky's called Crossroads.
Yes.
And there's a few vendors at each of those. But if you want to see the vendors, they're all down here at Frank Brown Park, is where the majority of the big vendors are.
And Miss Newbies. There's also people at
There's
Miss
a few,
Newbies.
yeah, a few down there too.
So, you know, try to ride out and give the vendors love.
Right. Yeah, that's the only place we really saw. Sharky's used to have some vendors in front of them. There's no vendors
No
in front of
vendors
them
there.
this year. But basically, right across the street from Sharky's is the Crossroads. So, and then I think the Crossroads is where the majority of the bike shows are going to be at.
Yes. I don't know where the audio show is going to be at. I think it's still here at Frank Brown.
Oh, is it?
It's usually on Saturday night, because I mean, you can't hear. You don't want to go down there. You can't hear.
Let me check. Nope, that wasn't me.
Just lots of activity going on, lots of happy people, because, you know, they're on their bikes, or, you know, they're with their families and friends, and, you know, they're going to the beach and the air show and just having a really, really good time. Y'all should be here.
I know. It's
a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day
for a neighbor.
Won't you
Won't you
be
be
mine?
mine?
Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?
All right, go get your shoes out of the closet and change them. I'll go get
I'm
the jacket.
not putting a sweater on. It's too darn hot for that. Now she tickled herself. She's laughing. But it looks like he's over there by Affliction now. I see all the clothes. And Willie, they have a booth here, and they have one down at Miss Newbies. I think I saw his box here. I think he's been here.
Yeah, Willie's here. So any of you
Cutting
ladies
t-shirts.
who want to
There he
have
is.
a
Is that
shirt
him?
cut up and designed to fit your body, go over there to Step and Glitz and see Willie.
Yeah.
Because he will fit it to your body. He'll make a beautiful design for you.
He'll cut
He
you up.
he did a couple for Amanda, and
Done a couple for me.
and she took a couple of her yoga pants there. She's like, here, rip these up too, so they look good. But he does.
So they
he
match
does
my top, huh?
yeah, he does a great design.
He does.
He's very artistic. So
Yeah.
now where's Bob?
Looks like he's over at All About Customs.
Over there
That
with
looks-
Carolyn and Joey.
Yeah, over there checking him out.
And
There's
your
Carolyn.
fat tire, you know.
Fat tire
Mhm.
and center kickstands, the dirty air
They
ride,
have Olin's
shocks.
stocks. They are phenomenal company.
There's
Great
Caroline.
quality. There's Carolyn.
So I want to see Rocco and Star. I don't see them. They might be inside. It might be too hot for them.
Yeah.
Rocco and Star, they're two.
They're
not
two
Yorkies.
puppies.
Yorkie poos or
Yorkie poos.
something like that.
As long as it's not a Shitapika Wawa, we're good. I had a friend who had one of those. I'm like, what the hell is that? She said it's like a little Boston Terrier, Shih Tzu, Chihuahua thing, and I'm like, sounds like a super ankle biter
A
to me.
hybrid.
She called it a Shitapika Wawa.
Now we're over there at the Fairing Exchange. He's showing you all the inner fairings that you can exchange
Yep.
for a very reasonable price.
They
because-
have KST bars there,
Yeah.
and painted fairings.
and wild boar speakers, Avon grips, and all kinds of stuff over there. Custom dynamics, digital
over
gauges.
Yep. Whole
We're
bunch
reading
of
all their
stuff.
flags over there.
You are. I'm trying to remember because he does a lot.
He
Paul
does.
does a lot of fairing exchange.
I'm local, and I'm actually leave to somebody else so they can have my seat at the bar. Oh, there you go. Well, thank you, Egghead. He says he just gives it up for somebody else, and he stays home.
Ah, you can still watch us
Yeah, that's
in the
right.
comfort of your home.
In the
Which
AC,
is nice.
yes. Yeah, it's getting a little sticky. That breeze, the flags are blowing, but there's not much of a breeze here. We moved the table this way because we
I
thought
know
we'd
they're
get.
actually going that way now. The fans or the flags are.
Yeah.
And there's still lots of people coming
But
in here
custom,
right
even
now.
their dogs are
So
custom. That's true.
it's a dragonfly.
How about that?
Yeah, I would like to go there.
I don't know whose house we were at. Oh, my friend's down in Port Charlotte, and we were there to eat dinner, and it rained. It had a real bad downpour, and then it was all gone.
Thanks, guys.
Take care.
See you later.
All
Take
righty.
care.
All right. No,
No, that one's Amanda's.
the blue one's
I'm
Bob's.
in the little jumper over there.
Mine's over at the trailer. I didn't. It's too hard. That's
Mine,
Katie's.
that's my Riker.
Or
You
out on the
too. Take
road,
care.
and there's too many people. It's too hard to find two bike spots, much less one. So
Mhm.
I just ride on the back when it gets really busy and hectic.
I'm not going out during the day. So, like I told Adam, we're staying. I don't want to go out there.
Bob, show the food. I'm hungry. Yeah, we're hungry too. We're supposed to go. Have you ever been to that Cajun place down there
No.
by? That's really good.
Somebody told me to go to
Poor boy.
Homies. Homies in Panama City Beach is supposed to be really good. They have different versions of shepherd's pie.
Ooh.
They have fresh, like they make everything fresh there, like green beans and
Yeah.
broccoli and shepherd's pie and
Sounds
smothered chicken and all
Yep.
sorts of just
yummy stuff, huh?
salivating.
I know. But that's where we were going to go eat after here. We were going to go to that Cajun place because they've got really good poor boys. And we don't get down to Louisiana near enough. Uh-oh. I see my big fat butt.
Bob's behind us showing our not so pretty side.
Backside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you
come
and
around to
Bob
our front
ever
side there, Bob.
went to Little Sturgis in
They want to know
Sturgis,
what
Kentucky?
food you have.
I'm making. Hi.
Come have a seat in the Let's Roll Lounge. Come have a seat in the Let's Roll Lounge.
We've never been to Little Sturgis in Kentucky, and that's cool if you go, but we don't go because whatever we film there, we can't show on YouTube.
And it's right before Sturgis.
And it's right before Sturgis.
And we don't go because we were always told never vend at a place where customers have to pay.
Oh, pay to get in.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we don't like that either.
I don't like doing that. That's not cool. You don't do that. I don't care if it's 21 or older.
Yeah.
You don't do that to patrons who are coming in. That's
That's
just dirty business.
They feel like they're double dipping. That's what I say.
That is
because they're
double
paying
dipping.
the vendors.
And there's no ice cream on the other end. So no.
And they're making the vendors pay to be there, and they're making us pay to see the vendors, which is not right.
It's ridiculous.
Not cool. It is. Before I leave, I have to say, hit the thumbs up button. Yes.
Yes,
Neil,
everybody like, share, and subscribe.
That's
Tell your
right.
friends we're live.
At the
Tell 'em to
M's
come on.
Oil.
Come on and say hello.
That's right. You can see Katie and Adam and Bob and Tam all in one spot.
That's right.
There you go. Bye, Neil. Have a good day. Be safe out there riding around. He's going to go get his bike blessed in Anchorage.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
I bet the weather's not much more comfortable
He
there.
said there's no snow on the road, so
Is it comfortable though? What's the temperature there in
I don't
Anchorage?
know. Well, he's not in Anchorage. He's got to drive to Anchorage.
Oh.
Like the split screen and join the great camaraderie. Thank you. Tacoma Trailer Trash. I think he's the one that stayed right next to us in Buffalo Chip. He stayed right in between Sherry's camper and our camper.
Gotcha.
He tinted, and they made him move. He had an excellent spot in the shade. It was shaded all the whole time. And they kept saying, you got to move, you got to move. I kept going to Rod. Rod's like, no, I don't have to move. They kept coming back. He's got to move. He's got to move. Went to Rod. No, we don't have to move. They came back again. He's like, I'm tired of being harassed. I'm just moving. So he moved over by us. Which
I
he
would have
was,
been like, go talk to Rod because he's like tired of.
Rod came down and
Yeah.
told them that it was okay. And they kept saying, no, he don't understand. Big rigs are going to come in and wipe him out. And we're not going to be responsible.
That
He
don't
was-
be responsible.
He
Sign a
was
waiver.
further. He was like right up against the tree. So if the big rig was going to hit him, they would have hit the trees.
Yeah, and they don't
Most
want to do
big
that.
rigs will not hit a tree.
Yeah, we try to stay away from trees.
Yes.
Trees are not our friends.
No. Neil says it's 45, a little cloudy, and supposed to rain. Normal. Par for the course.
Yep. It's quite toasty here.
It is. Yep.
We're in Saunaville.
A little sweaty.
In Saunaville.
Yeah, how about that? So everybody was liking the split screen, they said.
But they're like, Bob, go look at the food. We want to see what food's there.
It's way on the other side. Not going to happen today.
When you
He's
get
done.
overheated.
He's done walking around.
Out there. It's hot under here.
It's not awful right here. There's some.
Yep. So,
I mean, I'm not like underneath there.
That way,
It's a lot warmer underneath there.
yeah. Yeah, here, we figured we got in the corner. Yep.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Bye, guys. Take care.
Thanks for hanging.
Are they, so you guys are from somewhere, Chile, I'm guessing.
No, I'm not. They're from Arizona, and we're from Murphy, North Carolina.
Oh. You got your little podcast.
Yep, we're doing a live.
Yeah, we have YouTube channels, so.
Oh, brilliant. What's it called?
Well, ours is Bob and Tam's Excellent Adventures.
And ours is Amsoil Adam.
And yours is?
Amsoil Adam. So like the Amsoil?
Got it. I'll be checking you all out.
Awesome.
you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Take care.
Bye. Bob's showing you the truck behind us. Oh,
Yeah, the truck behind us, I think it's a C10, an older C10.
is it?
Maybe. I don't know.
Just we were telling them it's just got that lift that you can put your
Yeah.
bike up in the back of the.
Kind of like Flowdoll does, but just a little bit different.
Is it?
Mhm.
I was wondering if that was the same one. I couldn't think of the
I
name
don't
of
know
the
that
company.
Flowdoll's here, though.
I haven't seen
I
them.
haven't seen them, so.
Yeah, when we went to the bike rack, they were supposed to have a burnout pit. They had this area all quarantined off.
Yeah, they just paved it
Yeah,
for the burnout.
we went there last night and it was all gone. So I don't know if it didn't work out.
Oh, I wonder if like the city came in. Nope.
Because when we went, they were putting up like a truck so the bikes wouldn't move.
Right.
And they said 8 o'clock every night we're gonna have burnouts. And we went by last night and it was all gone. There was nothing there. Even the area they had quarantined off, all that was gone. The fencing was gone. So the city might have told them no, or
The insurance wouldn't cover it.
something happened. So no burnouts. We thought we'd get some burnouts last night, but didn't happen.
It happens.
Yeah.
There's always some sort of red tape or monkey wrenching going on.
You know, that a lot of people say it's always better to ask for forgiveness than permission. But in this case, probably not. Oh, Bob left.
Oh, where'd he go?
He's over there. He shut down his screen
I
because he's ready to come back. So how long have we been on?
don't know.
Almost
Do
an hour,
you need
48
your seat
minutes.
back, Bob?
Yes.
Okay.
I had enough fun walking around.
He's
You
done
can pull
walking.
this back just a slight skosh, and
And
you'll
you-
probably get a little bit of
Okay.
because it's coming this way.
All right. I'm
We'll
on the
do it
table
together.
back. Thank you, Katie.
Here, back up for a minute.
All righty.
Move it slightly. Hold your hats there, guys.
We're moving. It's not an earthquake.
There. You feel it?
Yep.
Yeah, better.
A little bit.
Oh.
Okay, I got to go back to work now.
Poor Adam's been working like a slave there by himself.
That's right. I cracked the whip hard.
So we got about 50 people on. We've been on almost an hour.
Not gonna be on too much longer because it's hot. Straight the camera up there. Looks like we're going down a hill. All right, so let me turn this
Katie,
phone
please
off.
remind everyone where you are set up in Sturgis. They're at the Black Hills vendor lot. It's the lot right when you come in to the Black Hills Harley. When you turn around the corner to go in, they're right there on the left.
So that's been bought out by Harley Davidson.
Black Hills Harley.
And so this year it's going to stay exactly the same. Clamp that on there. Exactly the same. No changes. But next year, for the 85th, it may be totally different going on. The prices might go up. But I mean, they're doing a lot of work. They're going to re-asphalt the lot. They're going to put a bar over there. They're going to have a shuttle service from the main lot to that lot.
So that'll help the vendors a lot, I think.
And that way at least gets people to go over there and see, because I think that lot gets hurt because a lot of times you come into the dealership and you're like, hey, I see those guys. Go to the dealership, you do all that walking around and all that stuff, and it's like on the way out, you're like, forget that.
I'm
I've seen
ready to
enough.
leave. I'm hungry
Yeah.
or I'm thirsty or
So
I
it kind
want
of
to
makes
ride.
it, you know, but the price has been considerably less than what Harley Davidson was charging. Black Hills Harley.
So
Black
it's a
Hills
great
Harley's
location
probably the most expensive place to be.
for a vendor.
Probably after that, it's Full Throttle Saloon is probably the next best,
Well, I
most
don't know.
expensive.
Downtown's not too cheap either.
Well, but I mean, it's
Well,
the
that's what
permits
Speed says,
downtown.
I guess.
You got to pay. So, but at
These
Black Hills
cold
Harley, I
weather
think they
square
cover. Black Hills Harley, I think, covers the permits for you,
Okay.
and so you're paying for the lot. But I'm pretty sure that's the way it is. I mean, I
Yeah,
talked to
because
so
I
many
think
people.
I remember Mike saying that he had to go down and get all the permits. So it probably the price covers your permits.
Yeah,
Where
so that saves a little bit because downtown it was $1,500 for a week for a permit, and so if you
And
had
if you
wanted to
wanna
do
do
the
the
2
whole
weeks,
10
that's
days, yeah.
$3,000 plus the price you're paying for the lot. So it could end up being, but I mean, some people like Dan Kite. He's always right there on LaSalle, and he loves it there. He really loves the traffic. You know, he's right across the street from J&P Cycles. He was down before, right across the Knuckle. So he's always had a pretty good location because everybody's going to ride up and down there. So the odds are they're probably going to see you. But I always say if you want to be a vendor, you really want to be at Black Hills Harley because everybody stops there.
Yeah.
At least somewhere during the time you're there.
during the rally time.
So after this, it's Myrtle Beach. We're going to be heading out tomorrow sometime. We haven't decided we're leaving bright and early in the morning. When the rooster crows, or if we're going to wait a little bit, I don't know yet.
George is on.
Kind of depends on what we do yet today. I haven't got a whole lot of footage. I had my bike worked on. Had a bit of a noise. They kind of listened to it down there at speeds. Not thinking it's anything serious at the moment. Came down here. My love jugs quit working yesterday when it got so hot. Ended up being my wire on it. Not that he put in, but the wire that comes from Harley Davidson. It slid down and was riding on the belt. And what it did is it cut the ground. So good thing I brought it in because it might have eventually got tied up in that belt. And don't want to buy a new belt.
So they went to see the bike loading up in the truck behind us.
I showed him that.
Oh,
They weren't watching.
I don't know. Rewind it a little bit,
It's
Jeff.
typically the ones that you
It's
see all
like
the
the
time.
load
You
off.
need a full size truck, and you got to use the bed. So if you're pulling anything with
The
it, like
tailgate.
like an RV, like we are, we can't do it because we can't leave the bed down. It'll just get tore
Tailgate.
up when we make turns. So that's the issue there. But it's pretty much just the mechanism comes down out of the bed. He's not putting the bike on. It's already got the bike on it, and then it goes right back up. So it's not a bad idea. I don't see any price, and that's what's always scary when you don't show prices. It's usually more than you want to spend. I'm figuring it's probably $5,000 or $10,000. I'll go ask the guy in a minute what he charges for how much that thing contraption cost. But I don't know. I've looked into those kind of things like that. It'd be good if you had like a record service. You wanted to go out and pick bikes up for repairs and stuff like that. It'd be a lot cheaper than but you can only do one at a time. You couldn't put more than one bike on that rack. But I've seen him in a lot of the rallies and stuff. But this guy, I don't know if he's the same one that was here a couple years ago or not.
Katie says it's usually load all is what that one's called.
Yeah.
He thinks this is something.
Yeah, this is
somebody
somebody
different.
else. This one here,
I don't think he's got a
it's
name
just
up.
called Automated Motorcycle Loader.
There you go.
And so you can probably go to their website. It's EZCYCLERAMP.com. Or you can call 1-800-687-4410. That is 1-800-687-4410.
But
Call
wait.
now before sales go off. Here comes the plane.
Yep.
Listen for the jets.
I was talking to George about their temperature.
Don't see nothing. But I mean, what they wanted people to do for this show, I don't know if you talked about that. They want you to sit on the beach. It's hotter than hell, and then you're going to sit there with the hot sand.
Yeah.
And I think she said the warnings are out again. You can't get in the water. They had hazard warnings when we first got here, and then they put run red flag up 2 days ago, and then yellow was yesterday. And I think she
Yellow
said you heard,
today.
oh, it's yellow still today.
Yeah.
So you can still at least get in the water. You're not supposed to go very far.
Yeah. Yes, I like to sing. I'm not saying I can sing. I like to sing.
Comes another jet.
Yeah.
That's why I said I don't know how long that's probably been, because pretty much when I was walking around, I think I only seen one plane fly
Yeah, I
by.
know. Well, he was wondering if it starts at 10 and goes until 4, and there's 4 groups of planes doing it, whatever, the Thunderbirds, the Blue Angels, whatever. How, there's going to be lull time, basically. Riptide, yep, that's right, Mike. That's what they are. So is there a porta potty right there?
No, down at the other end. There might be one down at this end. I didn't look. But there, look, we got a pee. Hotter than heck.
I gotta go. I gotta go. Don't want to hear me?
No.
All right.
Keep seeing these birds fly by, and we keep thinking that's the
I know
that's
you
the
see
jet.
it because they look so cool when they're coming. Like, oh, here comes one. Like, oh no.
I have to say the hi to Bob and
There you
Ted.
go.
Hi,
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Thank you. I'll give you a sticker here.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for watching and for all your support.
So another subscriber stopping by. We haven't really seen as many subscribers here as we've probably seen in Leesburg. Seen a lot more people in Leesburg that were subscribers. But I mean, we haven't really stayed in one spot too long.
Another. You got your glasses?
Here,
You gotta check the thing out.
phones out of your pockets. So, that's the way it kind of goes. The air show, a lot of people were thinking it was going to be bad. First of all, Panama City sucks for traffic anyway. All these people from the inland come down here on the weekends and drive around and do nothing. I think we probably had more cars here for the Jazz Festival last weekend than we do now. But I mean, you can't compare what that effect is because you can't estimate who's here for what. Some people are here on vacation. There's a soccer tournament in inland, and they're probably staying down here in a lot of hotels because that's where all the hotels are down here. I'm not saying there's not none up there, but these are nicer down here. So they're down here. You got motorcycle people that are here. There's a lot of tourists. It's like Myrtle Beach, but here we're in a very condensed area. We only really have. It's way back there. You could never see it. It's too small. These things go so fast that the sound is after it flies over. Oh, there's one went down. You might have seen that fly by. See, it done flew by, and you can now hear the noise. It goes around the other side. I'll flip the camera around. Oh, there it goes. Can you see it? Doing a spin there. Got some smoke, a little bit of smoke. So, don't know if you've seen that or not. Tried to aim the camera that way. But, it's not, you can be here and enjoy the show. We haven't gone down on the beach and watched anything. They have some passes that they got to go over the water. Yesterday they had that plane that hovers over the water. They kind of hovered for a while, and we seen that. When we ate pancakes. You could see it from there. I got some video. I don't know how well it is for yesterday because we're using the phone. She wanted me to bring my tripod out and bring my better camera out and shoot video. And let's see if this is going to come our way. So that white spot was the plane. That's how far away it is. But yet you can hear it it sounds like it's right next to us. So kind of neat. Let's see what kind of comments we got here. Anybody see my planes? Is Redder X going to Murder Beach? Yes, he's supposed to.
Video this. They're like dropping lights.
I went out there and I seen the. Yeah. So I don't know if you've seen all that or not. But I mean, you could be right here and see the show. A lot of people were really afraid that this show was going to be so much that it was going to take away from us. Plus, it might be a problem getting in and out. I don't think that is. So, Race Moto Life says, I love that the beach I work on the beach when I live there. Yep, that's neat. Egghead, if you like quiet riding to the beach, Destin is amazing. Oh, but we went to Destin. Let's see if it's coming back around. Oh, they're doing some more.
Well, thank you. Nice to meet you. Thanks for watching. Here, I'll give you a sticker.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. That's pretty cool. You go to most routes. You gonna go to Myrtle?
You guys can see it there.
How are you gonna go?
It's making a loop
That's
around.
The next one.
Baby coming right over us.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
watch him.
So, with all that jerkiness, I don't know if you guys seen that or not. I mean, it's pretty cool. 51 on. We're over here at Thunder Beach, over here at Frank Brown Park. We're actually under the Adam Amsoil. We're underneath his tent. He's got his Let's Roll thing here where he's got that lift that he talks about. It's their tent. A little muggy. People are still watching. Let me see if they're doing another one of those things.
Dropping the lights. I don't know what those are. What that's called.
It could be like flares to show where something's at, locate mark or something.
I don't know. It's kind of cool.
I think they're done. I don't see anybody. So pretty exciting. But like I say, we're talking about traffic here. This is the worst rally when it comes to car traffic. The problem is there's only 3 roads here. You've got Front Beach Road, you got the 98, and we got a little bit of, I don't even know what they call that road that's behind us here.
I don't know.
It comes out at the Indian dealer and it comes down here at, is it the 79? What's that highway?
Yeah, the 79.
79. So let me see if there's anything out here. They're still doing a little bit of stunts over there, a little bit of that smoke. So I have to turn around so you can see it. Looks like it's going in slow motion. It's a big plane. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. So that's kind of what the air show is all about. A bunch of planes flying around, putting out some exhaust. Looks like they might have had some flares or something that they put out. They'll do this for about 30 minutes, and then they take like a break. And then we don't see nothing or hear nothing for probably about a half an hour to 45 minutes, and it starts up again.
Yeah, got a few more comments.
So let's see what we got. It's called chaff. I guess that's what they call it, and the smoke comes out.
When they drop those flares,
yeah.
is that what it's called? Mike?
How do you like the love jugs? I do. Mine actually quit working yesterday. My bike normally runs about, hot as it gets, about 205, and it got up to about 258 yesterday. And I'm like, man, something is wrong. I felt that I wouldn't get any air through them. I turned them on and off because I usually just leave mine on all the time unless I'm working on it in the garage. So I came down here and had Adam look at it today. Ended up being I had a wire that not his fault. It's the factory wire that had slipped down and was riding on the belt. And it cut the ground wire. So he pieced it all back together for me and fixed me all up. So they're back running again. So yes, I ride in a lot of hot traffic, especially in Arizona and sometimes when we're in California. And yes, they are like night and day. Now it's not going to do anything for you if you're riding on the highway and it's 120 degrees. Ain't going to do nothing for you. But when you're idling, you're going in traffic, it's Sturgis, any of these bike rallies. My bike would probably already be shot if it wasn't for the love jugs. Same thing with Adam. He's got a bike out here, he just lets idle the whole time, and it's got love jugs on it. It's got the Amsoil oil in it and the love jugs, and he talks about it's hard. Like today, it's been running probably 3 hours in this heat, just idling.
She said she told me, she said they're guesstimating that it's got over 400,000 hours of runtime on it. So,
lot of time. And it's still the original engine, and he does ride it.
Yep. We have to go back and get both of our drinks filled up.
We're probably not going to last too much longer.
As I said when we leave here.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to go down to a place that has Cajun food. They have these really great poor boys. We've ate there, actually. Larry from Bug Slide, which is no longer with Bug Slide. He retired, and we're going to be seeing him out in Sturgis, so you'll see some videos of us riding with him in Sturgis. He's going to get there early, too. And we'll be doing some stuff with him. And but I forgot where I was going. Oh, Larry had told us about this place. It's called D-A-T, D-A-T.
That Cajun place.
Yeah.
That Cajun place. Like that. You know how they talk down in New Orleans.
And they got all kinds of stuff. They got shrimp, all kinds of stuff. But I mean, they're really great sandwiches. And we go by there the other day. And we're like, holy crap, we forgot to go there. Thank you so much. I will see you guys in Myrtle Beach. That's Peter. Yep. I often thought love jugs would really help with the sidecar. Yes, it would, because you got a lot of weight on that too. You know, that extra weight you're pulling on your bike. And the only bad thing about it is they're mounted on your left side where your horn is at, and it's blowing across, so your leg can get hot when you're sitting there, especially when you're like at a stop sign, stoplight, or traffic, put your foot down. It will get warm. But I always look at it as I'd rather have my leg a little warm than my bike burning up. So that's kind of like I look there. I mean, it's not enough to where it's, which I have. We've rode the bike before. Some of our older bikes we've had that you almost had to get off the bike because you were riding. It got so your leg almost caught on fire. It was so hot. Now that's not that way. It doesn't get that hot. I mean, everybody down here wears shorts. I don't know. I'm not one of the people that every time, even if I move the bike in the driveway into the garage after I rode it, I burn my leg. So I mean, I don't know how these people, and we have some subscribers that also will ride. How you can ride in shorts and you don't burn your leg? I don't know. She seen somebody the other day that fell over, and the woman was on the back of the bike.
No, it was her bike.
Oh, her leg was under the muffler and the ground.
She didn't drop it, but she was kind of jerking, and you know how it leans, and you just can't. It's beyond the point of no return. So that muffler she had shorts on was laying on her leg until a couple guys ran out there and helped her stand it back up. So it wasn't completely down, but that her foot slid under. So her calf was on that pipe for I bet a good 10 seconds. Yeah, so
it's funny because it's an old fashioned bomber plane, like from World War I or II, and it's got the big fancy jet able to go slow enough to be behind that plane. That was kind of neat. You didn't hear the motor rotor because it wasn't full throttle. But I mean, to be able to do that just to show the power, or the little bit of power or the control you have on that plane, to be able to get behind. Heck, that might have been a prop plane. I didn't look at the front. I only see. I saw a
prop plane earlier, and I'm thinking.
Yeah, they've been a couple. I think they're World War I or II planes that they've got up flying around.
It just was like, wow.
They're going over there. See the little planes in the front, and there's big planes right on its tail. And I can't show it to you. It's so small. We wouldn't be able. They're going to make a turn here. I don't know if you can see it or not.
They're going back. They're going away now.
Yeah. But that's a little bitty plane in front and a big plane in the back. Then it might be a jet too. I can't tell. I couldn't see the front of it. Yeah, they're way away now. Well, pretty exciting. Thunder Beach Rally. Rally's been pretty good. Here's my analysis of the crowd we had. We haven't really had a whole lot of crowd like we've seen in the past. I think part of it is the promoter. They really will drop the ball this year on deciding what they were going to do. And I kept telling people, and they should have said that. They should have already put out there, here's our dates, here's our events. Everything's going good. We'll let you know what we decide on big bands. And they decided not to go with big bands. They only had big bands here for 3 years. Before that, it was just a small rally like it is today. But what's nice about here is there is so many bars around here. There must be, I'd say there's 25 or more bars within about a 20-mile radius that has bands every single night. Some of them got them all damn day. They're playing music. So, and most of them are within probably 5 miles. Because when we were left from here to go to Hammerhead Fred, it was 5 miles. So kind of get an idea. Most of them are probably within the 5 miles.
Well, we went by one last night, and it was called The Lick. We showed you, I don't know, on one of the videos, they were having a bikini bike wash. When we went past that place, it was packed. It was probably, I would say, more people there than there was at Salty Goat. That's what I think. But it might have been a little bit smaller venue. That's why it looked so packed. But, yeah, there was a lot of people there. A lot of people sitting on the side of Front Beach Road, wanting you to rev your bikes or show them parts of your body.
So it says, I don't know if you're talking about the love jugs or you're just talking about your pipe. But yeah, it's like my first bike, I don't know, the 01, it didn't have a deflector on the pipe. And we've seen an aftermarket one, I don't know if it's Karaoke, I don't know what I bought back then. And we put on it, which makes a little bit of a difference. But yeah, a lot does depend on how your pipes run. You know, you might have a 2-in-1 or, you know, you got duals like I got true duals on my bike. So it kind of depends on what you have. Also depends if you got the converter still in. We're going to be talking about that in Myrtle Beach. We talked to Speeds yesterday, or today I talked to him about doing a video, and we're going to talk about the emissions. What's going on with the motorcycle community? What should we expect? What we're going to talk about tuners. We're going to talk about all this. There they go.
There's that little place.
It was a prop plane. I seen the propeller going around. So we're going to talk about tuners. We're going to talk about good ones. We're going to talk about, and this is going to be their opinion, but I take Speed's opinion very, very seriously. They've been doing this for, heck, it's probably close to 30 years now that they've been doing motorcycle rallies. And they probably sell more cams in a year than I would almost think more than anybody else.
In their whole life.
Yeah. And yeah, the whole time that they've been in business. Because they do so much work and they do so many of them. And for them, it's like clockwork. It's nothing for them. Like we're going to show a video. They did an oil pump and did some cam job on a bike yesterday and didn't have very many miles on it. And the oil pump was scarred up. And we're going to show you that and talk about that too. But we did a little bit on that video yesterday and I haven't put it up yet because I was saving it for after we leave. It'll be like tech talk that we can do. I always love talking to some of these vendors because they've got some really great knowledge. They know what they're talking about. You know, I can tell you stuff, but it's or anybody that's a YouTuber can tell you crap. But unless they've done a lot of that work or they work for Harley Davidson or whatever, they got a lot of information. You don't have a whole lot of YouTubers that were a mechanic. Now there is exceptions. There's a couple guys out here that were a mechanic and
bike builders.
Yeah, and they started a YouTube channel. Okay, so that is different. But I'm just saying that you get some of these YouTubers that say, you got to buy this muffler. This is the best in the world. This is this and this and this. And we talked about this before, that actually when I was over at Speeds, they actually, one of the ones that some people recommend, they said it's the biggest piece of junk you could buy for mufflers. And I'm like, oh, crap, they're even here. And I was actually going to go talk to them because I thought, you know, I've seen other YouTubers talk about their product. And I was like, oh, my gosh, I don't want to go over there because they said the best, what's the best muffler?
D&D, is it D&D?
Yeah, D&D. No, it's D&D.
D&D.
And they're usually in Sturgis. That's about the only place that they usually have a booth. But they have so many bike builders that buy their exhaust. They're 2-in-1. It's just a killer if you want to do performance on your bike and get the maximum out of it. And that's what Speeds does a lot of that. And we talk about it. And he's going to talk about one that he had done that the guy wanted stainless steel exhaust. So he wanted stainless steel on it, and we'll talk about what happened with a 131 build, what kind of power he got out of it. He got lousy horsepower, but he got a lot of torque because of that back pressure from that pipe. Are you been doing Bob and Tam? I'm doing all right. It's about 65 or 70 here in Michigan. Well, Daniel, the temperature here is really not that bad. It's only, well, I don't know. Come on, phone, cooperate. It's only 81, but it probably very, very high humidity. Feels like 86, it says. But the humidity here is just a killer. You have to go into our regular thing and it'll tell you what the humidity is.
Hey, I don't have my glasses on. I'm going to tell you what the humidity is there.
You got to go into our first alert. So right now it's killer. It is 71% dew point. Anything over 60 is miserable. The humidity is 73. The humidity is not as killer is what dew point is. Dew point is, which I never knew until I started watching some reading some stuff. Dew point deals more with how hot it is. Anything over 60 is uncomfortable. Oh, there goes another one. So I'm flipping the camera on. Are you guys actually seeing any of that? So aftermarket tuners are going to be off until they get refunded. Not necessarily. We're going to talk about that. Sue Leslie's on. Hi. We want to say hi to you.
Hi there.
And but yeah, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff, and we're going to tell you what you can still do, what you can't do. Really, what it boils down to is they're coming after the big manufacturers. You know, Vance and Hines, DynoJet, a lot of the big people, the industries, are who they're coming after. They're not coming after any of the small vendors. They're not coming after you because they're not going to go after, you know, to do emission test on motorcycles would be a whole lot of problems trying to do an emission test on them. Even California, I don't think is that stupid. Snowing in Tahoe. Holy crap. 8 to 12 inches in Tahoe.
Wow.
Man, send it down here, it'll melt. They're actually starting to have a drought here in Florida in parts of it. Another plane flying over.
Oh, can't see it.
So it
right out
doesn't
there.
look very busy like right here in front, but what they're doing this year, which I don't like either, is the first thing in the morning, if you watch my video that I filmed earlier today, which I don't have it up, different plane to fly over. What I do is I look around, if nobody's really staring at it, there ain't much going on. What they're doing now is they filled this area up in the morning, then they start making people park in the back. So where I showed you all that earlier, if you watched it, back where they had the concerts and stuff at. We had parking back there before, but they got all that area now open for parking. Plenty of parking here. Don't have to worry about it. Ground's a little soft in spots. You just have to watch it, but pretty much it's firm. You don't have to put a hockey puck down to stop your bike here. On the asphalt, we recommend it, but there's a lot of them out here that didn't have it. So now it looks like there's no bikes here. So unless you're telling them that you're getting your bike worked on, they're not sending you down here anymore. But then when you get to leave, you get to come out this way to where you leave, you come right in here because they send you back out. They're making a loop coming in. You come in where the concerts were at, where they never let you ride before. That's where we're at. We got a little A-frame sign out there telling you Bob and Ham's here. And you come around that way, and the parking lot that we always parked in over here is where we go out at now. Let's see what comments we got. Randall, must have an air show going on. Yes, we do. The Air Force here has got one going on. That's a lot of snow. Yep, I said that too. Hard to watch a video you haven't posted yet. Yes, you're right, Mike. And that'll be out next week. We have some stuff, some highlight videos.
That feels good.
Yeah, I got a cool breeze. That plane must have pushed some air this way.
Yeah.
When the wind's blowing, like if you're on your bike, it's very comfortable riding because the humidity's like that. I've noticed when we come down here to Florida and stuff, when we ride, you don't feel it, but every time when you stop, you do. The heat from that motor comes up, and
so when the traffic gets really bad, and you're just sitting there and waiting, it's the traffic lights. I think they get rid of the traffic lights, you can just fly right through.
Well, that and you got everybody turning out of motels, hotels, Holiday Inn. They're coming out of the side streets. People are letting them out, no matter if it's a car. Or we got golf carts running around. They're doing 22 miles an hour in a 35 mile an hour zone. They're jerking in and out. You get a sticker yet? Well, come on over.
I watched one of your videos yesterday.
We're live.
We're live right now.
Where are you from?
Harvard, Illinois.
All right.
Unfortunately.
Up by Rockford, huh?
Yeah. Actually, I work out that way.
Okay.
Oh, we used
Well,
to originally.
Peru.
We lived in Peru
Oh, okay.
for about 4 years.
4 years.
LaSalle, Peru
You
area.
guys are down here now, right?
Well,
No, we're actually in Arizona now.
Arizona.
Yeah, we spend most of our
we're
time
here
down
for
here.
like 3 months.
3 months. We're in about 2 years. We're moving here. So-
There you
Too
go.
hot for me.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, so you're
Well,
still in
muggy.
Aren't you in
Illinois.
Arizona?
Yeah, but we have no humidity.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Here,
it is.
right now,
They
the dew
say that
point
it's-
is 76%. Anything over 60 is unbearable.
It is a little hot.
Yeah,
It's a hell of a lot better than Illinois.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
Appreciate
appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, yeah.
Thank you for your service. The combat vet on the back of his vest.
Combat vet rider.
Yeah.
Belongs to club. Pretty good. I had some outlaws that I was filming if you guys watched that. But I had a couple of them that ducked their head down. So I assume they're wanted. And but I mean, none of them said nothing to me. I wasn't going to say nothing anyway. You walk by like you know what you're doing. I don't shine it right in their face. But I mean, when they come around the corner and I got the camera there, they're going to get seen. But I kind of pull it away from them as I walk by. I don't really have any
I do that when we drive around. If I see a bunch of them coming up, I'll just flip the camera to the other side.
And it's not like we're afraid of them. It's you got to give them a little bit of respect. It's like a lot of the 1%ers that we talk to. If you're wanted, you shouldn't be in a public place. That's really what it boils down to. There's a lot of places you can hang out, you can go to that you ain't got to worry about social media. You don't have to worry about cops being here. That's one thing I haven't seen here at the grounds. We haven't seen any police.
That's true.
But I mean, we close early here, about 6 o'clock. The
That's what
band
I was
start
telling
playing.
them. The band stop at 5.
Well, they want you to go to the local bars.
Yeah.
So if you go to thunderbeach.com, you'll see the bands that are associated with the grounds here. It's Sharkies, it's that Hideout. We didn't make it out there, and we're probably not going to make it out there. Somebody said it's about a 30-minute ride, which I don't know how far that would be. I don't know why they just didn't say
30
an
minutes?
air show and a bike rally. The best of both worlds. Yep. There's John. He says, "Pating to the nation." And but yeah, it's a lot of people were kind of really worried about it was going to be so chaos. You know, if they would have
Right.
set grandstands up. But see, when we've gone to an air show, I'm trying to think if we've ever been to an air show that you weren't on an airport or a military base. I mean, they flew some planes over like what's that VP fair in St.
Oh,
Louis.
yeah.
But I mean, nothing like there was 4
No.
or 5 hours worth of them. I mean,
No.
like in Sturgis, you have the flyovers and stuff, but that's not an air show.
But
Most-
it's a scheduled event and it's a one-time thing. It's not all
Somebody
day.
asked if the city had to pay for this. What happens is we talk to some people that are high up in the military here. Be surprised how many people come up and talk to me. That they have an allocation that they're supposed to do stuff for the public to keep good, camaraderie, things like that with them, with everybody. So this probably didn't cost the city nothing. Now this may have ended up being that the Air Force here might have said, here's the weekend we can do this.
And
We
it
don't
happened to
know.
be bike week. So
Yeah. So there's not really anything special that was done by the city.
other than blocking off the
Yeah,
road.
blocking off those couple
3
streets.
blocks.
But I mean, it's not the end of the world unless you had a hotel in the middle of that. I don't know if they would let you. I guess if you showed your hotel key, they'd have to let you go to it. I think there's 1 or 2 hotels that are in that
3 block
Yeah,
stretch.
it's really when they block. I don't even know why they blocked it. I don't know what the reasoning is because it's going from one pier to the other pier. So it's not blocking it all the way to the other pier. It's only blocking the one that's down by Harley Davidson. If you come straight down there where Jimmy Buffett's and what do they call that? That's a little biplane.
Yeah. Pier Park Road or
Yeah, it's pretty high up. You ain't gonna see that. And so Pier Park, that's what it's called, Pier Park. And that little mall area, there's a bunch of shops, bunch of stores, a bunch of restaurants. I think what's that? Badass Dick or something. What's that place called?
Dick / Resort.
Yeah, Dick / Resorts down there.
Down where?
Where they closed the road
I
off
guess.
at.
Okay.
Sam, your prior guest, Katie, was a lot easier to look at than Bob. There you go. No offense, Bob. There you go. So it's all about recruiting. Yeah, true. And yeah, 'cause little kids look at it and think, hey, yeah, I'd like to fly one of those jets someday. And but yeah, you're right. That's probably a little bit about that. Gets the kids excited and things like that. And like I say, the city was telling you to go down and sit on the beach. Bring your blanket, sit on the beach. It's freaking hot. And sand's hot.
Sit in the water. I'd sit in the water. No, if I sit
But I
in the
mean, you have to splash yourself a lot. You get pretty well sunburned down there. Where people are saying we got sunburn. We're not in the sun a tenth of what these people watching the show's doing.
I mean, I guess you could bring your Easy Up or your Pop Up or your
I mean, it's kind of
umbrella.
windy too, where your Easy Up might not stay up. It might be easy going down the road to the next place. Next people get to use it. So I don't know. But I mean, it's good. I don't see any problem with this.
I think it worked out okay. We were concerned, but I don't think it's as bad as we thought it could have been. Still a lot of traffic, but there's always a lot of traffic.
They didn't set up any grandstands or anything like that, a designated area. Parking was up to you and it cost you. Wherever you wanted to go on a car, truck, van, you had to pay for parking.
$20 minimum.
If the aircraft are flying the side over the land areas that are closed, they close the area for safety in case something goes wrong. Well, yes and no. No, they're not closing it for where the planes are flying over. Because we had this jet fly over us the other night that almost thought my eardrum was blown out. It was less than 500 feet. I could see the flames coming out of the dual exhaust on the back of that plane. And same thing, we didn't hear it till after it turned, but once it turned and its back end was facing us, that's when my ear popped when I was there. And I thought maybe I lost some hearing, but it seems to be all right at the moment. But they're not closing it because you'd have to fly between the buildings. There's still buildings there. But I think why they did it, this is my thought, is the mall's there. The mall's charging for parking for the air show. I think they're having people walking back and forth across the street because Jimmy Buffett's, what is it called? Dick / Resort, and all these restaurants and bars and stuff that are down there have no way to get to them. So that way, during that block, people can walk across the beach anywhere they want. Don't have to worry about a crosswalk or anything. To patronize those businesses because they ain't got no business. When we went the other day to the jazz festival, there was nobody in Jimmy Buffett's.
No.
Nobody. For a while, we were the only ones sitting on the patio out there. And still wasn't that many when we left. there were some people walking by, but I think they were all going to the jazz festival. That lasted all day. So it's kind of the same thing here. People are
And
watching
all
the
night. We
shows.
heard it at night.
Yeah, they went played in the evening. And so I don't think it's a safety issue because they're flying over the beach. They're not, all the flights aren't over the water. You can see here they're flying over us. You know,
And
there's
we're
thousands-
inland probably
yeah,
about at least, what, a mile?
yeah, probably at
half
least a mile. Probably a half a mile to a mile. We're from the water from here.
But the funny thing was when we was going up and down the coast, you can see the water from the front beach road. All the boats out in the ocean were out there watching the show. That was kind of cool. If you had a boat,
So
that
look
was
at
the
it.
place to be.
So I don't know, but somebody was saying that you know the city doesn't want the rally here. Actually, the city gives money to the promoter from their budget to help endorse the motorcycle rally. So you don't see that very often. It was actually in the newspaper here. Came up on Facebook. I'm on the Thunder Beach Facebook page. It came up and showed that they got a plaque and a check and all this stuff going through. So, you know, it's not that Panama City doesn't want us here. It's just, once again, we don't know what the Air Force was because, you know, if you called the Air Force up and said, you know, we'd like to have you here on the third weekend of June, that's the day we're going to put you down. Well, I don't think you get to tell the military what they're going to do. I think that you probably tell them, hey, we would like to do an air show. Can you give us some dates that we can pick from? That would be my plan. But once again, you got the Thunderbirds are here. I don't know if the Blue Angels are here, but I know the Thunderbirds are here. And so you got to make sure they're available because they do a lot of stuff all over the United States. They might even go overseas. I don't know. Let's see what else we got. Randall says, would you call the crowd average? Yeah, I would. Is there an Anheuser-Busch presence there at the rally? No, but I do see people drinking Budweiser, Bud Light. The only person here that really has a presence is Twisted Tea. We don't really have,
And it's like that every year.
you know, but they're selling Budweiser, Bud Light,
Michelob
Michelob Ultra. They have Miller Lite, a few beers at the little kiosks that are here. The girls selling, but most of the tents, the other tent that's down there is just a white one. But Twisted Tea is right here in front of us. But you can buy everything there. They don't have just Twisted Tea. So I don't see the Budweiser banners like I see in
At
Leesburg.
the other ones, yeah.
But I don't see any beer banners anywhere. I see some signs just say welcome bikers, and they're like flags more than they are like an advertising. So that's interesting. I never really thought about it until you asked that question.
Yeah.
But it is. I talked to somebody that does the promoting for what's the insurance company? Progressive. They told me Anheuser-Busch is the largest sponsor of motorcycle rallies. So if you chase them off, you don't drink their products, you know.
Bye-bye rallies.
That's right. You could lose a lot of the, just like here, big bands. You may not see any of those anymore. If you're interested in that, we don't buy enough tickets to pay for Jackal to come here, or Kid Rock to come here, or Godsmack, or whoever you want to hear. You ain't paying enough for those tickets for 2,000 or 3,000 people to come in and watch a band. And some of these bands are charging anywhere from, well, some of them are as much as $300,000. Garth Brooks, for instance, we just found out here in town, is $4 million for a production. So you look at, they actually told us some tribute bands are charging as much as a name band act.
$30,000.
Yeah. So, you know, when you look at some of this, in these house bands, you can get away with, you know, sometimes you can book 3 or 4 bands for $5,000 because they're not as hungry.
Well, the one at Hammerhead Fred's.
Yeah, is a house band,
and it's called Buck Wild, and they're really good.
They sound really good. They do the hits. They only play stuff that you've heard of. They get interactive with the crowd. We've been going there for 4 years, and this guy that's the head singer doesn't ever look any older. This year we didn't get to talk to him. He usually comes on our channel and talks. He's a really nice guy, and it's his band. That's what I said. Doesn't take a lot of planning to get military to do demo flights here. It does. Okay, that's your answer. It does. Okay. So probably submitted possibility as early as March. And it could very well be. And, you know, the rally pretty much is the same weekends. They don't really move them very often from one to the other. Leap year sometimes can affect it. When we have a leap year, it could add another weekend to a month or something. But overall, most rallies are at the times they always are. You know, Myrtle Beach always is over Mother's Day weekend. So some of the ones like that, I forget what the other one is, that Galveston a lot of times runs over Halloween weekend or Halloween week. That's pretty common. So some of the rallies you see will run over a certain amount of time. A lot of them are based on, like here, most of the people that are leaving from here is going to do Myrtle. Doing Myrtle's over, they head up to Laconia. It's like the 4th, 5th of June on in Laconia. So
And then they
that's
do
kind of-
Americade,
Yeah.
and then Ohio Bike Week, and then
Myrtle
then
Beach
they
is-
make their way to Sturgis.
hopefully Silk Panther pays to be there. Probably not. But I mean, it is what it is. And you know, a lot of you, which I see on Facebook, oh, I want to see the big acts. I want to see the big bands. I wrote it the other day on a video. I mean, on a Facebook page. A guy was like, I'm not coming because they ain't got no big acts. It's a bunch of crap. Blah, 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 blah. The guy went on. And I said, you know, he was complaining they charge $100 to $130 to get a ticket. Wait till the last minute. So I'm like, dude, before I pay $130, even $100, even $90 for a ticket at a concert here to see anybody, I don't care who it is, you're going to stand the whole time. You know, by being a blanket to sit on. You got to use an odd house. You got to crap in it, and half the time they're full. So they're nasty, they're hot, miserable. The food that you're going to get inside the venue usually sucks.
Carnival food.
Most of the time, it's the beer and alcohol is about all they got in these little venues. Most of them don't even have food. So I'd rather pay $100 to $200 to go to an auditorium that's got nice soft seats to sit in. It's air conditioned or heated, depending on what we need. I got running water in the bathroom. You know, that's really
Flushable
important
toilets.
nowadays. You know, and a lot of times they have better food. Sometimes they have restaurants there. You know, sometimes you got a Pizza Hut or a Domino's or, you know, a Burger King or, you know, not saying those are great places to eat, but sometimes they have that. Some of the stadiums I've actually seen is they have like a steakhouse that you can go in and sit on the outside. You can watch through the window and see a concert and stuff. So I would rather pay the money to do that. When I look at the bands that are here that come, it's just an add-on. I come for 3 main reasons. One is to ride. That's the number one reason that anybody should come to a motorcycle rally. It doesn't matter if we have any riding here or not. We rode to Destin. There's some riding that we did. Leesburg, we did some riding around. You know, not the best in the world, but it's still stuff that I'm not going to do in Arizona if I was there all the time. Second is the people that you meet, your friends. Like you guys, we meet your subscribers. You meet some really cool people here that you would never met in your life of where you live. You meet some foreigners. It just doesn't have to be that you're a YouTuber. You could just be an individual and you'll just meet some really great people to talk to. The last thing that makes the rally is I like vendors. You know, maybe we're only going to buy a headband. You know, but maybe I want to get something done to my bike. Maybe, it's like I always say, people agree with me on this. You go to the Harley dealer and you want a muffler put on. Well, I want something different. Oh, well, we got some Elderbrock headers here. Or Vance and Hines. Well, what do they sound like? Oh, I got them on my bike. They sound really nice. So you put them on your bike, and then about a week later, you don't like it. You go back to the dealer, and they're like, too bad, you bought them, dude. You come here and you can listen to them. You know,
All their pipes they've
maybe
got.
Vance and Hines not here, but there's people that are selling their pipes where you can kind of get an idea of what you're looking at. You can talk to people, just like Speeds down here. They do thousands and thousands of cam jobs during the rally season. You know, too many people come out and buy the wrong cam. They buy one that's got 3,500 RPM before the thing kicks in. Well, if you're a city driver or ride a little bit on the highway, how often are you going to run your bike at 3,500 RPM? You know, mine's 2,000 RPM. And I got to remember, I got to keep it, I need to wait till it's 2,000 RPM to shift. I'm doing more harm on my motor by shifting sooner. So those are things you have to know. But when you go talk to your local shop, maybe he's a great mechanic, but how many freaking cams is he putting in? How many mufflers does he sell? How many handlebars does he install? You know, Joey's over here and do a fat bagger airlift system on your bike in less than an hour. And he's got it all set now. It looks so pretty, you can't even see the wires. He made a wiring harness, and we're working on a video with him, and that'll be out soon. But I mean, it's just priceless. Let's see what we got. PCB says, watching yours and Amzo Adam in videos makes me wish I was down there. Sure, traffic is always a madness there on the beach, but now with added construction, yeah. I think the construction is probably the worst thing here, not so much the air show or the tourists. The Mercy Show. Guys, hope all is well. Last week, Leesburg, this week, Panama City, yep. Leesburg was really fun. Wasn't quite as hot as it was here. That last day kind of got hot. When we were on Main Street, it got kind of warm. But overall, I was really happy with Leesburg. My videos did really well. We did better this year than we did last year. Panama City right now, I don't know. Right now they suck.
Well, once people
but
go
I mean,
home, they might watch them.
Same thing. You might get home in a week or so. Maybe they'll jump up in some numbers and then do a little better. Myrtle Beach, I don't know, because Myrtle Beach is going to be an F mess this year, just because we don't have the big trucks anymore. A lot of vendors can't show up. Joey can't come. He's got 4 jobs he's got to do. He's going to be doing them at all of Fair and Exchange, but he's not doing any more work. So if you wanted something by him, he's not going to do it. Your jobs he already prearranged. He had a spot available. The Chase that we deal with never got that lot that we thought he had. It didn't come through. We thought he had it because all the vendors had paid for their spot. That did not happen. It's a rolling down to this. Myrtle Beach doesn't want us here. Where Beaver Bar, Suckbank Blow,
Georgetown County.
Amsoil Adam, all them people are at. That's a different county, a different town, all that. So they love it. They want the tax money. They want the fees for the permits. They love bikers. And the community down there love us too. You know, all the bars, the restaurants. She's going to hang up. What are you going to hang up on the wall? What's the one place you're going to eat at?
Oh, my dead dog.
She's going to Dead Dog, and she made such a scene about it. She's going to put Charlie Dog's picture on the wall at Dead Dog. Going to leave him there. And so, I mean, it's just, that area is everything. You know, the town of Myrtle Beach kind of sucks. They don't want motorcycles in the garages. You know, most of the campgrounds, you can't put your bike inside. You got to leave it outside. State campground don't care. They won't let you drive your golf cart at night. Which is stupid. I got lights and plates and all that on it. We didn't bring the golf cart this time because we brought her bike. So we'll have to see how we do. I don't know what we'll do with it. I mean, it might be selling a golf cart soon. So we'll see how that all works out. Because if we start bringing more bikes, won't be room for a golf cart. So I don't know where I was at. Don't know.
Last week was Leesburg. This week's Panama City. Next week's
Myrtle Beach. So it's we'll see how these rallies go. Usually Myrtle Beach kicks up for me. It usually picks up for us in Myrtle. That's kind of why we decided to come back this year. One of our subscribers paid for the campground this year to come back there. We got some vendors that are looking at our sponsorship program to sponsor us for next year. We're looking to fly in. We're looking to borrow bikes. We're looking to find places to stay. No trailer. We just spend too much time down here. We could be home for the shop. I could be working on bikes. We'd have a lot more money to do other things with. Maybe I could buy some of these bikes, start doing my veteran thing that I wanted to do, give bikes away to veterans. But sitting down here for a month and a half, twiddling my thumbs, we're not getting nothing done, and it costs us money to be here. So being at home, it don't cost me anything to be at home because the electric's running anyway when we're at home. So I'm not really, our electric bill is really cheap anyway. It doesn't cost me a whole lot. I won't know until I start running the AC in the garage during the summer. But I mean, typically during the summer here, we're not home. You know, if we were here now, we would go home. If we went to Myrtle, we'd be there till about the week before Memorial Day, we would go home. But if we went to Sturgis again, we'd only be home about 4 weeks. We'd be right back to Sturgis. Sturgis, we're still going to pull the trailer because there's just so much to cover. We could get a bike and everything there. We could probably find a place. Well, we could probably get a cabin. Probably a lot of the campgrounds would give us that. But I want to be there so early. And if we get one, Black Hills already might give me one. I'd have to talk to them. But to get one from the dealership, the truck, or from the factory, the truck wouldn't be there yet. The truck doesn't show up till a couple days before the rally shows up. So we got to talk to them here about Panama City and Myrtle Beach. This one here is the company truck. But I think in Myrtle Beach, I think they're paying for that because it's on their lot. Usually when it's on a private property, like here it's at the fairgrounds, it's the corporate paying for it.
The dealership pays for it here too.
No, because it's not escorted. Whenever it's escorted, the hog.
It always has been escorted.
There's signs up there. You just go out right. No, it wasn't escorted.
I know, but in the past, it has been escorted.
But it hasn't been for years. Last time we rode without an escort. So when it's escorted, it's the local chapter. It has to escort it because Harley rents in the truck. And all it shows up is drivers. So here, corporate people are here. So if you want to go over there and talk to them or something like that, saving the ones we've seen in Daytona and things like that. I didn't get that part up to show you the bikes. But actually here would have been a great time. You want to ride bikes? There's always bikes sitting out here. Nobody was hardly riding the demos at all, which was actually kind of shocking. Usually you can't even get on.
You're stuck in traffic.
Well, I mean, the way they take you out, you go out of here, you make a ride, you go down to the next light, the main light, go up that 79, and you come around the back again. So you're not really in that much. Big Ben's on, the team back in Florida.
Oh, there you go.
Didn't like the West Coast ever a little bit. That's you didn't like it. We do. I really love the West Coast. I don't want to live there, but I love
Well, he
it.
was in a big truck, and I think he had to go to LA.
Yeah. So yeah, traffic sucks. Like Florida traffic sucks too. You know, you get around Tampa, Orlando, here. I wouldn't want to drive a big truck here. There was a big old truck out here. The first day we got here, tried to make a U-turn in a construction zone. And I'm like, the guy was already had his truck in there. He was already blocking the one lane. It's only 2 lanes on both sides with steel or concrete barriers on both sides. And he already had the truck in the center. And it's like, I looked to see, you can't go straight. There was no parking lot there. I'm like, this guy is never going to get that truck turned in that tight a spot. He's either going to take the medium out on the other side, the concrete, or the concrete that's in the center. There's no way he could make that tight a turn because he was in the inside lane trying to make a turn into the 2 lanes on that side. No, we just kept on going. But yeah, but what makes the West Coast so elegant is one big thing that nobody else has is nobody owns the freaking beach. So in most of California, Oregon, and Washington State, you can ride the majority of a day along the coastline. Now there are some houses that butt up to the land that you won't get to. And there's an Air Force base there in California too that you can't get around because the Air Force base is on the ocean side. But you could ride that here. Now here's better. The Gulf side's a little bit better. But I mean, when we were down here with our friends down in Tampa, we rented a bike, I don't know, 4 years ago, I guess. And they said, what do you want to ride? I said, I love the coast. We ride for about an hour. We stop, or 2 hours, stop for lunch. And I'm like, when are we going to ride on the coast? They're like, you're on it. I ain't seen no freaking water anywhere. Well, this is the closest we can get.
In between the houses, real
You
quick.
still couldn't see it. And it's like, well, here in Florida, the freaking beaches are like a mile to get to the freaking water. California's not that way. When you pull up to the beach, you're probably not 2 blocks from walking from when the sidewalk starts for the beach, 2 blocks to get to the water. Most of it's a block or less. And here, it's like when we go to Myrtle Beach, is like that. It's out there somewhere, I think. Or is that an oasis? So, and also it's very beautiful. All different kinds of climate you can ride in. Yeah, I was in El Land, and it's a big crap hole. Yes, it is. And all the big cities are. You want to stay away from. We don't ride into LA anymore when we go out there. We're going to do the coast ride. If you come out and do our coast ride in May next year, 2025, you will see the beauty and what I talk about California. You know, you're not going to see the politics that's going on. You're not going to see the crazy people. You're going to see the coastline of what nature's about and be able to see some of the great things, some cool lighthouses, see the animals that you're going to see out there, just to ride along the cliffs, you know, and you don't see nobody around you and not even a car around you on some of these rides. To go through the redwoods, to stop your bike and see how small you really are in this world. And it's just priceless. And that is my ultimate long ride. That is my favorite ride in the world. I don't know anything else that I would enjoy that much. You know, we're going to do Beartooth Pass and stuff. You know, I'm actually was thinking the other day that maybe me and Art did Beartooth Pass. We came back and went through that snow. If that it wasn't very impressive.
I don't know.
Me and Art rode back one year. She had to fly home for work. And so me and Art decided we're going to take our way home. So we kind of went through Wyoming, and we ended up going through Yellowstone, and we went through snow. And so the other day when they were talking about it, I'm like, I wonder if we already rode through that. And if I did, I'm going to be very disappointed because I wasn't overly impressed with the ride. So I don't know. But we'll see. We're still going to do it. We're still going to plan to do it as long as there's no snow, that the roads are closed. We're planning on doing that when we're in Sturgis before the rally. Our goal is looking at maybe the first week we're in Sturgis, which will be like the 23rd. That Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, if the weather's good, that's when we're going. If I go before that, we wanted to go before the 4th of July. That way you wouldn't have to worry about 4th of July traffic. And then if I did it again, I don't know if in July, if there would be time for us to go. So we'll see. And I know a lot of people talk about there's a great ride there in Virginia and stuff you can ride through.
Blue Ridge.
Yeah, you know, and maybe, you know, Laconia is very beautiful. It was very nice riding. It was very pretty, scenic. But I mean, it's not one of my, I'm glad I did it. Glad I've been there. Never have no plans ever going back to Laconia. It just wasn't a rally that I'd say I loved it. That I'd like to see more of that. I think when we were there, we've seen it all, done it all. Ain't nothing else I want to see. And he's like, well, what about rallies like this? Yeah, you've seen them pretty much everything. Well, yeah, we have. But there's things we like to do. We like to go down to Destin. We like to go to McGuire's. I love to go. I'd actually like to stay in Destin. Come down here sometime that's not rally time, and just they got the water there is pure blue. It's
Green.
clear to the
It's called
bottom.
the Emerald Coast. It's kind of a.
And in the center, there's this big old sandbar. All the boats are on there. It's kind of like our river, the Colorado River. We got sandbars out there that you can tie off out in the middle and sit and have a good time.
Water's crystal clear.
Yeah. And so that's where you sit in Colorado. Our water is clear in our river. You can see the bottom all the time. So it's kind of like when you go, a lot of times here when you're at the ocean, you don't always can see the bottom. California, you can't see the bottom of the water, no matter how shallow it is. So that's different with the coastlines that you see. But, it's I like this because this to me is the only real true beachy rally that we have. You're like, oh, Bob, we have Daytona, Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach ain't got nothing down there during the rally that's anywhere near water. You do ride down there, you can't see the water because all the freaking hotels are in the way. And that's where they have Black Bike Week at, and they don't really want bikes down there. That's one of the reasons Myrtle's trying to get rid of us, because if they can get rid of us, they can tell Black Bike Week they can't come either. That's what it's all about. They can't tell Black Bike Week they can't come because people say it's discriminatory. So they can't stop White Bike Week. Oh, I mean regular Bike Week. So that's why I always say, yeah, Black Week. I want to know when White Bike Week or Indian Bike Week or Muslim Bike Week or Mexican Bike Week. Where's all those going on in the United States? I don't know.
It's just Bike Week. That means anybody that rides a bike.
Doesn't matter what color you are, what nationality you are, what sex you are. I seen a couple of gay guys riding on a bike the other day. Whatever. I didn't see anybody hassle them or nothing. It is what it is. You come here and have fun. Doesn't matter what you ride. You can ride a crotch rocket. Look at, she rides a Can-Am. And I thought she'd get a little bit more gift than she does, but actually she doesn't. There's a lot of people talking to her about Can-Ams. Let's see what else we got for a comment. Desert ride. Yep, we've done it. Desert ride through Texas was pretty cool. Mountains and plateaus for miles. And we've done that. We've done some Death Valley in California. We've rode through, Wyoming. Wyoming is the most desolate area to ride through. You get on Interstate 90. When you see a gas station, the motorcycle, you pull over and get gas because you have no idea what the next one is. But I always wanted to do, which we never have time going to Sturgis. I always wanted to go the back way, right down the other roads, like go through Zion and Arches Park and all that. There's a lot of roads that go through. We went off on one and went to the town of Beaver. Took a picture of that years ago. Who else to say, hey, I was in Beaver. I was in the Beaver. And but I mean, it's all stuff that's off the road. And when you ride to a rally, you want to get to your destination. In most states like us, we had 2 weeks. We want to spend a full week in Sturgis. It takes at least 3 days to ride 1,500 miles. So we want to kind of pace ourselves. And plus, I always like to get into Sturgis early in the afternoon, where I want to get on my bike. As soon as we get there, I want to get on my bike and I want to ride downtown. I want to look around and see what's going on, what's up, what's happening. And even when we rode the bike, that's the first thing I did was as soon as we got there, I want to get on the bike and I at least want to kind of take a quick look around and just see what's here. Is there something new? Is there something exciting? I didn't get out to Deadwood and all that, but I mean, maybe right out to the Black Hills Harley, go down Spearfish, maybe go downtown, go out to the Buffalo Chip, full throttle, kind of look around there. That would be a normal, quick thing we get on June 10th. We probably won't do that. We'll probably be checking out the Harley dealer, and because we'll be in Rapid City first. But before we leave Rapid City, those 2 weeks, we'll end up in Sturgis. We will get over there and check out things to see what's happening, even already in June. Like, oh, there's nothing going on. Yes, there is. The Buffalo Chip, the city of Sturgis, and Black Hills Harley start planning their rally 2 weeks after this rally's over. Yeah. They'll be planning next year's rally. A lot of them are already planning the 85th already because it's going to be a big one. What do you think? I'm getting hungry.
I think I'm dying of exhaustion from that.
What do we got? An hour and 45 minutes. That's not bad. We could wrap it up. Sweating like a pig. It is hot. Put my phone. You can talk a few minutes while I put my phone back in its case. What are you saying?
We're out here at Frank Brown Park, Panama City Beach, Florida. This will be our last day here. We're leaving in the morning to go to Myrtle Beach. We've enjoyed seeing a lot of you guys here, all of the vendors. We'll see what Myrtle Beach has to offer because Barefoot Landing is not going to be open this year. So a lot of the big vendors aren't coming out. But if you're going, let us know and we'll try to meet up with you. Don't really have any meet and greets scheduled or know of any place we're going to be in particular on a certain day at a certain time. We will be eating at Mammy's a few mornings. I know that for sure. And Judy Boone's down there at Merle's Inlet. They've got the best buffet for lunch or dinner.
We'll probably have something at Beaver Bar.
And Twin Peaks.
Yeah, Twin Peaks. We'll do something in Twin Peaks because they always love us. And I love going there, and you guys love going to Twin Peaks too. Let's see, got a bunch of stuff right. George. Road Beartooth Pass. It was good, but not $1 million highway. It's all radically different than the East Coast. Yes, it is. You're retired now. You can take your time riding all the cool rides. 15 north out of Vegas, can hit Zion, and spend the night at North Rim out of Candy. Yep. And so, yeah, we do a lot of that now. Because, like I say, we're not that far from Vegas. We're about 90 miles from Vegas, so it is an easy hop for us to go. But it's one of the things. But it's with us doing rallies. I don't have the time because we spend so much time waiting for the next rally to start. Now, see, we're bang bang now. Leesburg. This started right away. Myrtle Beach. Then we stop again for really we'd stop for a while. When we did Laconia and all these other ones we did, it was just one big circle, Milwaukee and all that. It was just, waiting for one. And sometimes when one was over, you had to hurry up and get to the next one because it's going to start. Yeah. So, like here, it was good that we got here on Sunday because we got choice parking spots. Nobody had an RV here at all. So we got a nice little grassy spot.
Water and electric.
We got water.
Some of them don't all have water.
Didn't have a lot of water. So we got water. I put my Y on it for somebody could share the water with us. But I mean, right now it looked like there was 4 or 5 water meters there. Not saying that they could unhook us and fill their tank up if they needed to, but to have fresh water running through your line instead of using water out of the tank makes a little bit of a difference. We don't drink the water out of it, but we do brush the teeth, take a shower, all that kind of stuff out of the water in the tank. So while we're here,
we gotta find a place to dump before we leave.
Yeah, we gotta find out that. And I was gonna think about maybe riding through Raccoon and see.
No.
And maybe we did do it there last year.
Might have been.
And see what they charge, and we go right there tomorrow morning and dump there. So
could do that.
If you got any more questions, let us know because we're probably gonna wrap this up in a few minutes. Maybe if you retire from the rally business, yeah. Well, we start staying home more and we fly to these rallies. I don't know if all of it's gonna pick us up. Like right now, Myrtle Beach is probably, which we don't know. Steven now works at Myrtle Beach. They may get us now. They got new marketing people and stuff. They may give us a bike to ride. I don't know. Here, they
probably delayed.
Oh, there it is. We're back. I think we just went off for a minute. I don't know why. Plane interfered or something, I guess. I don't know. So we're going to be wrapping this up in a few minutes. But like I say, with the rallies, I don't know with all the variables that are going on. We still got Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. They want to sponsor us still. We still got Ocean City. We'll be there still with some sponsorships that we got going on there to help us out. So those are for sure. So we're still looking at Leesburg. But right now we don't know about Daytona. Biketoberfest act like they were all really interested. And then when it got down to it, really saying something to them, they're acting like now, we'll have to check in and all this. So it's like, whatever, dude. If we're not there for Biketoberfest, it doesn't matter to me. But if they want us to come down and cover it, I'm happy to do it. I'd love to go to Daytona next year, but we got to get some kind of sponsorship because we don't make enough money to justify getting, even buying the airline tickets. And then we're not going to be there so early. So, if somebody's going to sponsor us, they're not going to want us there 2 weeks before it starts. we'll come in a day or so before it starts and leave the day after it's over. So we're not going to have any pre-stuff like we normally would do. So that'll be a little different for our channel. It also depends a lot on the shop. You know, if the videos start going really good at the shop, the bike building and stuff like that, maybe we'll get like the monkey and only do a couple rallies a year and that'll be it. That I don't know either. So a lot of it will depends on how many you guys are watching about the rallies and stuff. So far this year, I've been kind of disappointed. We actually had a better videos traveling here than we did with Daytona.
Here at the rallies.
Yeah. Now, like I say, Leesburg did really good, and that shocks me for Leesburg. But we do talk a lot about Leesburg, and also Monkey goes to Leesburg, and he only put one final video out. I don't think he did much while he was there. So that was a little different for him. So we were like the only ones giving you updates on what's going on, happening, things like that. A lot of other YouTubers were there, but most of them didn't have any real followers, so they're not really getting any real content. You know, Prime Cup Pro and all them were there. But they're different kind of videos than us. They're more girly bikers, stuff not really giving you info that we give out. So a little different. Visitors, gotta run, ride safe. All right, George, thanks for coming out. And at that, we're gonna go ahead and leave it right here.
So thanks for hanging out with us today. Hope you enjoyed the video and all about Panama City. A little bit of a air show. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Share us with your family and friends. Give us a big thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications, and we'll see you on the next video.
No live tomorrow, Sunday.
Traveling.
We have a video coming out tomorrow. I don't know what time I got it out, but it's a bikini contest. It's the first round. I didn't film the second round. Let's we do it tonight. I don't know if we'll go out there that late and film that. We already filmed the girls. I've got some shots of them in their bikinis already, and we'll put that on later on. But YouTube approved it, which is actually shocking. So I just gave you exactly what I filmed. And we have a lot more footage there. She got the girls afterwards and stuff before. And we'll put that in another video, in a highlight video. But that tomorrow's video will be 15 minutes of girl-on-girl action. It was just girls. They were all on stage. Would that be girls on stage? Girls on girls. Wouldn't it? That's what I'm thinking.
Not what they're going to be wanting to see. Maybe. I don't know. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Hit the button.
Bye.
Hit the button.
Bye. Bye.